All right, welcome back to another problem here, and let me go ahead and turn off this dimension real quick so you guys can see what the shape look like when it's complete. So it looked like that, and it seemed like it's touching, but it's really not. There's a gap on it. And now if you see that this is like look different than what you are looking at, that is because I believe there's some errors, or this is what it is. You will see it when I put the dimension back on. All right. Um, so here it is. Right, you can see the dimension here is exactly the same as you guys are looking at, whatever you're looking at. So here we are drawing this. I'm concentrating on those things that is outside here. I'm going to construct that first. And also we see that there's a 35 and 37.5. So without further ado, here we are. I'm going to go ahead and start with the line. I'm going to go here up 207.8. At that end, I'm going to go up 37.5. Then I'll go to the right completely, going 273.1. And then at that point, I am going down. I see that if I go down, it's 37.5. So I'm going to go down 37.5. And then I will continue down 90.5. Right, at this point, I'm going to go ahead escape here. I noticed that here to here, the offset of that, the distance of that will be 35. So I'm going to offset 35 in from this. Okay, and that will help me connect something here. And also this one right here that we're drawing is the outside. So we're going to have to offset that. First, we're going to go ahead and look at all of this right here. This is 37.5. So I'm going to offset it down 37.5. This right here down. So I have that. And hence, I'm going to do the math here. You can see right here what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and continue drawing this all the way up. You will see why I draw it instead of doing a stand, and I can go ahead and trim this out. All right. Okay, so let's talk about this. I got 273.1. I'm doing the math here, 35, 44. All this, if I subtract the 233.1, I'm subtracting all of this number, the gap that I got left over will be 35. You can do the math yourself, right? So that will help me offset this in 35, all right? And just like before, I'm going to go ahead and connect it with a segment instead of extending it out. And you will see why I do that later, all right? So when I have that, I can now connect the two end point here, all right? With that, we also see there's a 35 here. So I'm going to offset 35. It's already there that way. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect all of this together. And then also the same thing here, connecting those together. Okay, so that is what I'm looking at. And all of this inside segment, those will be your construction or your center. All right, so that being said, I believe this right here, I'm going to trim it real quick. I'm going to trim those. I'm going to redraw it because I want to make sure that that segment is solid. I believe I could just click on it and click on the layer. It will be solid. This section here is not what I want to be. I don't know why that is. Okay, there it is. All right. So we have that. And so the thing that we can go do real quick is this four tiny circle in four corners. It's had a diameter of 7. So we're gonna go ahead, click on it. Here we are. So its radius is gonna be 3.5. You can just copy this around, but to me that's quicker for this time. All right. So what I'm gonna do here, I will go ahead and trim. I believe that the opening out is the one that they trim. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay. So down here, you can trim this out. And then after we trim them, we can work on all the things. All right. Okay, so let's see. Where do we want to start? Let's go ahead and look at this one right here. Down here, we got 88, we got 40, 40, 40. There's 35 there. So this 40 location, that's 88. This right here is directly at the center of that. So let's take a look here. I'm gonna go and offset 88 unit. I'm gonna take this offset in 88, and then I'm gonna offset this time 40. All right, do it again. I'm gonna offset this time 40, and I believe I have one more. All right. I don't know if that one is needed or not, but that we will deal with that later. Okay. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at this. We'll leave that there for a second. We're gonna come back. Let's do something with all the dimension that's given, because over here we have to guess the dimension. Not really guessing, but it's there somewhere. All right, so we're gonna look at this right here. So we can see we got a 28, a 35, and then this center is 20 units from the left side. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna offset 20 units from here to there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this into my center line layer, so it's green, and then I'm going to go ahead and also offset this. What is the unit? 28. I'm going to offset that 28, and then I also going to offset it again. This time I'm going to offset 35. All right. Now these two, I could also turn them into my center layer. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and construct those circle. And I believe the dimension of each of these circle is, I believe it's 9. The dimension of that is 9 unit. So 4. So it's going to be 4.5 for the radius. Those are done. These two right here go back to the center layer. All right, so those are done there for us. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look up here, and we can see that they also have an offset of 20 for this 2 slot, right? So I'm going to go ahead and offset 20 unit. I'm going to offset this down 20 unit, and also turn that into my center line layer. And then now you can see why I construct the segment here instead of extended the line, because I'm going to use that. I'm going to offset it in. From that, offset it in 44.5. So let me try this again. 44.5. I'm going to offset that in 44.5. And then from that to this next one is 84.6. So 84.6. I'm going to go ahead and take that, offset it to there. And with that, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at all the dimension that we have here. This one in the problem does not give you the dimension or the length, but if you look over here, we can see this radius is of this radius is of 9 units, right? So if that unit is 9, and down here you can see the circle over here also 9 units right here. and you can see that they're giving you this segment to be 30. All right, so we're going to assume that this slot had the same kind of dimension. All right, so I'm going to go here. First thing I do is I notice that this right here, this location, that intersection there, is the center of this slot. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click on line. I'm going to do something here, TK for tracking, hit enter, and I'm going to track starting from that location. Okay, I'm going to track from that location. Now I'm going to track to the right, and I know this is center and I want it to be 30. So this, I'm going to track to the right 15 unit. I'll hit enter. All right. All right, let me try that again. I think I hit the escape key or something. All right, so again, TK for tracking. And I'm going to select that center point. Now I can track. You can see the yellow line there. All right, I'm going to track it 15 to the right. I'll hit enter. So now you can see I have a tracking. Let me turn this on for you real quick. You can see where it is. Then it's easier. For this one, let's track that way. Let's do 15. Ooh. All right. Let's do it the other way because tracking doesn't work for me because all these colors. So I can do offset 15. All right. So now that one gonna give me the location where I can draw this segment that is 30 this back way. All right. I can go ahead and get rid of this right now. And then I'm going to take this. I'm going to offset it 4.5 since the radius of the circle or the diameter is 9. All right. Take the end location to connect them. All right. Trim out the section that we don't need. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to keep that there for a second. What I'm going to do now is I am going to copy. I am going to copy this. I'll hit enter and then I'll grab that from there. I'll copy that to this. I'll hit escape and now I can get rid of those or I can turn them into construction segment. All right. You can see that is there. Now that is done, we're going to go ahead and come down to here. Okay. And when we come down to here, we're doing basically the same exact thing because this one is offset 20, this one is offset 20, and this one doesn't have dimension. So we're just going to go ahead and assume that it's also 20 offset for this one, right? So there it is. That's how we guessing that one. All right, the intersection here now is also how we are doing information here. It's 30, so 15 that way, 15 this way, and diameter is 9. Now, let's try the tracking one more time. I'm going to do TK. Okay. I'm going to go to that intersection, and now you can see that I only track left and right or up and down. I cannot do all the tracking, so make sure you turn on your polar tracking, then you can do all that. All right, so I'm going to polar tracking to here, and I want it to be 15 unit. All right, so I do 15 and it's right there. I'm going to hit enter one more time. And that is how I'm going to draw a segment that is 30. All right, now that I have that segment is 30, I'm going to offset this 4.5 up and down. All right, go to my circle now. I can draw a circle that is 4.5 in radius. All right, and I'll trim out the section that I need to trim out. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing that we done earlier, which is copy. We're going to copy this at that center. We're going to copy and drop it at the center. Drop it at the center. and drop it at the center. Hit escape. All right, so this is complete, and I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this, or I can turn that some other way. Um, this is all done. All you have to do is take out the dimension and see what's going on. Let me go ahead and turn off my center line real quick. This one was supposed to be there as well. All right. So all you have to do is take out your dimension, and if you are doing your dimension, you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one for you, so you can see here. They are 40 right there. Okay. Um, so it doesn't seem like it is the same as the problem you're looking at, but the dimension wise, it is correct. So um, this problem is done. Enjoy. I have a problem with this one. Have fun, and make sure you select your layer before you doing whatever you're doing. In my case, dimension. All right, take care.